Hello and welcome to Bounding into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm joined by my associate editor, Spencer Baculi, co-host Donald Edmonds, and I want to welcome you to a special episode of The Daily Stupid live. Yes, live, where we cover some of the dumbest and most idiotic things happening around the world and on the internet.
Oh, we got some dumb ones for you today.
Yes, we do. So if you are, if this is your first time joining us for The Daily Stupid Live, I believe this is what, our fourth episode?
Yeah, third or fourth.
I think third time for me, fourth time total.
Fourth altogether.
So if you haven't done this before, we basically are just going to go around the circle. It'll be me, Spencer, Don. We've each chosen a story or a candidate for The Daily Stupid. We'll talk about it, and then we will open it up to you guys in the chat for recommendations on other stories that you might think are candidates for The Daily Stupid, and we will discuss those as well. We try to keep this between half an hour and 40 minutes, and our kind of dead time or cutoff time is 7:44 tonight.
We're gonna make it hard, guys. No keeping us late. All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get right to it, and
let's
go. Share the screen here real quick.
Wrestler Game, why do you even use voice to text? It never works right.
Yeah. Shout out to Wrestler Game. I see he is here in the chat with us. So shout out to him. So The Daily Stupid, Rashida Tlaib. This is literally one of the dumbest things I've ever read in my entire life. So one of the sitting U.S. congressmen from Michigan, Rashida Tlaib, took to Twitter where she declared policing in the United States is, quote, inherently and intentionally racist. Like, here's what she wrote. This is on Twitter. It wasn't an accident. Policing in our country is inherently and intentionally racist. Dante Wright was met with aggression and violence. I am done with those who condone government-funded murder. No more policing, incarceration, and militarization. It can't be reformed. So, this is, like I said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever read in my entire life. And that's saying something because we literally write.
We do this every day.
Every single day. So I get a lot of dumb things that come across my desk. I mean, but
oh my gosh, that's so funny. The next tweet.
but this, yeah, hold on, we'll get to that.
I'm getting CMU flashbacks.
Yeah, right.
People literally voted for this person, so like she's absolutely stupid. But just imagine the people who voted for her where she's literally advocating for them to end policing.
But it's like, what are you going to replace it with? Nothing? Are we just going to be lawless? Like she's dumb.
No policing. What is it? No policing, no incarceration, and no militarization.
I agree with the last point. I agree with the last point, but everything else is exceedingly dumb.
Part of the military too, so.
Huh? Well, yeah, but there's a difference between.
For her, militarization probably means getting rid of the military.
Getting rid of the military, yeah. So no, that's not happening.
But yeah, so. God. I don't think she actually believes what she's saying. I think she's just saying that to push an agenda because she's absolutely crazy and insane. Because literally in June, right here, June 16, 2020, less than a year ago, she literally was saying, arrest them now. How can you arrest people if you aren't against policing and incarceration? Like, what do you know? Like, what's the point?
It's all virtue.
It's all sense.
Virtue signaling. It's literally virtue signaling. It's how can I look the best to everybody out there right now and have no principles whatsoever? Like,
you're breaking up really bad, Spencer.
Oh, was I? Can you hear me now? Hello?
So I didn't get anything that you just said.
Can you hear me now?
You're just like internet seems to be struggling, or maybe it's me. I don't know. Is it me, Don?
Probably is a combination of all of us. So
I think it's me because I'm sharing the screen because I can't hear you either. All right. So yeah, this to me this is absolutely stupid. Before we go to Spencer, I do see we have a super sticker from Kit Kat. So we need to pull it up to see what it is because I'm on the back end of the StreamYard. Yeah, so it's me. Thanks, guys, for letting me know. But we do have a $10 super sticker from Kit Kat. It is a pear. I don't know what that is. A pear flying? Some kind of green vegetable or fruit flying with a cape in the Superman pose.
Yeah, that I don't know what that is.
I'm surprised they even have that. I'm surprised that super sticker even exists because it looks like it could be cultural appropriation because it's got a feather in his cap.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, it's probably me. It looks like it's me. So, Spencer, take it away.
All right. So my entry for today has to do with Grace Church High School in Manhattan. Let me grab my screen. So this was written by a teacher at the Grace Church High School named Paul Rossi, published by journalist Barry Weiss on her Substack. And I recommend everybody go read this because it's maybe about a 5-minute read, but it is pure insanity. I guess my Daily Stupid candidate of the day is the high school and critical race theory and all of this, because that's what this is. What I'm about to point out is one of the most disgusting things of critical race theory I've ever seen. So again, there's a lot here that I'm going to be skipping over because we have, this is our Daily Stupid. We're trying to keep it tight. I recommend you read it, but I would like to point out this one. Oh my gosh. Yes, right here. So Paul Rossi, he started talking to his students and wondering like, hey, what's going on? How's class? And all of them started complaining like, we're not allowed to talk back against critical race theory. All the teachers are trying to indoctrinate us, blah, blah, blah. And here's one of the examples. Every student at the school must also sign a, quote, student life agreement, which requires them to aver that the world as we understand it can be hard and extremely biased, that they commit to recognize and acknowledge their biases when we come to school and interrupt those biases, and accept that they will be held accountable should they fall short of the agreement. A recent faculty email chain received enthusiastic support for recommending that we officially flag students who appear resistant to the culture we are trying to establish. And then when I questioned what form this resistance takes, examples presented by a colleague included persisting with colorblind ideology, suggesting that we treat everyone with respect, a belief in meritocracy, and just silence. So essentially, you have to, if you go to this high school, or if your child goes to this high school, they have to sign essentially an agreement saying, I've committed the cardinal original sin of critical race theory. I can never, be over it. And then if you try to resist, which is anything from just believing that, everybody should be treated with respect, or that people should be hired or, chosen based on their skill levels, then you should be flagged and held accountable. Now, John asked me before you came on, what does held accountable mean? They don't specify it, but a couple of the parents were apparently really worried that these teachers were doing something to like, what's the right word? Like smear their kids' reputation for college. So
Ooh.
It's just disgusting that you
Permanent record stuff.
Yeah, permanent record stuff, and just like you have to agree with what we say, and if you push back against it at all, like forget it. Like there's even a part in here where they talk about how this teacher, he went to a meeting and was like, I don't know if we should be doing this. I think, like, why do we need to base our identity on race anyway? And the next day, every teacher in the school had to read out a statement saying, like, we recognize that the statements made by Mr. Rossi were extremely harmful to the psychology of everybody. Like everybody was reading the same thing. And he was like walking down the hall and hearing everybody recite it at the same time. So this stuff's dangerous. This stuff's gross. And it's always absolutely stupid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
cannot imagine being a parent with a school age child right now. It's insane.
Yeah, I can't even imagine being a kid right now. Just hearing all this garbage.
Yeah, dude, being a kid would be even worse. You're not allowed to make a mistake anymore. Otherwise,
dude,
it's held against you when you're 42 or something.
Yeah.
No, it's not even making a mistake. Look, you're right here. Just silence.
Yeah, just silence. Not even
quiet.
You can't even.
That's
you can't even be neutral. You have to, like. There's another point he says right here. Yeah, What does speaking up mean in context in which white students are asked to interrogate about their white saviorism, but also not make their anti-racist practice about them? We are compelling them to tiptoe through a minefield of double binds. According to the school's own standard for discursive violence, this constitutes abuse. So again, it's okay if we treat you white people wrong, but don't you dare don't you dare make a video game based on Native Americans. Oh, don't you dare do that. So I'm so tired of all this, guys. I'm so tired.
Yeah, you can't make Ghost of Tsushima, right? Despite the Japanese, like, absolutely.
Oh, that made me so mad. Like, all these people were like, oh, you can't, like, a Russian dev can't make a game about like Native Americans. Well, let me ask you something. Did those people play Metal Gear Solid, which was a game about Americans made by Japanese people? Or did they play Ghost of Tsushima, which was a game about Japan made by American white people? Get out of here. I know they did.
Have they played any like Square Enix role-playing game, which is like heavily based on Western society?
I know, seriously. Have they played any video game in the last 20 years that wasn't a super soft, like pastel-colored walking simulator? Honestly,
I feel like RPGs in general are like heavily medieval. Like that's the setting.
Dude, they've got knights and dragons and kings and everything.
And
100%.
All made from like Japan. So.
Who had emperors and not kings and provinces. Yeah. So wonder where they're getting that inspiration from.
Yeah, literally just
can't have Black Panther made by two white guys. Sorry. Now we can finally stop talking about that movie forever. I wish. I wished.
Is wrong. Is just messed up.
Absolutely. But speaking of Black Panther, I think that's a good lead into what Don has to talk about today.
What a segue.
You can still talk about that movie.
All right.
No more think pieces.
So let's get into a share screen here from my segment, and hopefully the audio comes through and we can all hear the stupidity. There we go. All right. Will you be able to hear this?
You might here. I'll pull it up. I'll take off my headphones so that everybody can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Because I know we have it in the in our chat. So you want to set it up for everybody?
All right. So, this seemed to be going around. So everybody familiar with Falcon and the Winter Soldier? If you still have Disney Plus or you're sailing the high seas to watch it, you were exposed to the last episode where. Oh gosh, it's so convoluted a plot. I hate watching it. But in the episode, U.S. Agent, if you're familiar with the comics, U.S. Agent becomes Captain America at some point. But U.S. Agent is played by Kurt Russell's son. I forget his name.
Wyatt Russell?
Yeah. He gets into a scuffle with the Dora Milaje, and Bucky and Sam are on standby for a little bit of the fight, and then they kind of jump in because they see that Walker is getting his ass handed to him, and the Dora Milaje, they unbuckle Bucky's kind of his his vibranium arm, and it falls off. They do like some weird kind of hocus pocus, poke one, poke two, and then it comes off. And then they bind Walker to a table, and he's unable to move, and he's out of the fight. And their big thing is they've got to get Zemo, and Zemo is working with Bucky and Falcon, and Zemo just dips out. Best scene whatsoever. So Dora Milaje leave, and both of those characters, Walker and Bucky, they both look completely dejected. Bucky even looks betrayed. Has a look of betrayal on his face because Ayo, who's in this scene, was part of his rehabilitation from being getting out from the I guess the secret code words, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, whatever those words are.
Yeah.
So
the Soviet programming.
Yeah, the Soviet program. So essentially, all of that comes down, and then everybody has a take on what happened with Bucky and Io. And it's all great speculation, whatever. This is the part that pissed me off the most. And you want to play it?
Yes, sir. All right, guys, buckle up. I don't know if you're ready.
Bucky doesn't think of that arm as a piece of Wakandan technology that was given to him so that he could be helpful in an upcoming fight for global survival. And Walker doesn't think of that shield as coming from Wakanda either. Bucky thinks of that arm as his arm, as part of him. And Walker thinks of that shield as his weapon that he has done the work for and has earned to carry. And when the Dora took them both away for just a moment, they each had terrible fear in their eyes. And Bucky even had the nerve to look betrayed. The Dora Milaje are here to remind y'all of your white privilege and the fact that what makes America strong was stolen from Black, Indigenous, and people of color. Bucky doesn't think of that arm.
You stupid bitch! That shield did not come from Wakanda.
Did not.
Pick that up from another place and another time, way before fucking Wakanda even thought about the American fucking.
It's true. No, it's a horribly bad take, especially like of course Bucky thinks that's his arm. They literally made it for him. There was no other. It wasn't just an arm sitting around. Black Panther didn't go, oh hey, guess what? This is a crazy coincidence, you know. And then like, what the hell does Walker like? That is what Walker knows. He earned the shield, as far as I know, like in the plot at least. And the Wakanda had nothing to do with either of those. Well, I mean the arm obviously, but like he didn't have anything to do with the shield.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, if we're to follow every character's kind of involvement in that to their conclusion, Falcon got in there. Falcon got his ass handed to him. What does that make him?
A colonizer.
Zemo, he just dipped out. He didn't even give a damn about what was going on. What does that make him in that whole thing, in that whole scenario? Battlestar, he was fighting, and he got his ass handed to him right quick.
It's you forget that it was built on Battlestar's back. Everything. Battlestar didn't have to apologize for anything. He got a pass.
So the thing that I have the problem with in this show, and with people taking it way too much into the political, like if a show is self-contained within its own politics, within its own world, because this show has to be it isn't, but it has to be contained within its own world. It has to have its politics within its own world because it has had things happen to it that have not happened in the real world. So number one. Number two, this kind of dumb take where it's conflating the things that are happening in our real world, the dumb things that are happening in their world, the things that we are talking about in the Daily Stupid on a daily basis and even on an hourly basis. We're talking about this stuff on an hourly basis and it's happening in that show. That's the stupidest, most frustrating thing ever. So this lady is readily on the Daily Stupid. And guess what? If you want to share my screen again, boom.
Oh! What did you say? What did you tweet?
I don't know. I just said this is the stupidest fucking take ever. And of course, I might have been blocked before that because our website is associated with attacking.
I'm not.
Quote unquote Christina Ariel.
Not blocked. So.
Okay. It's just me. Thanks.
Yeah,
guys.
it's just you. I mean, you're going to see more of this stuff, and I haven't watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't really have any interest in watching it, especially all the stuff that I've heard, the BLM stuff from the third episode, and now we get these hot takes like this. That just discourages me from even wanting to watch it.
Yeah,
because mean, if it isn't woke propaganda, these people are making it woke propaganda. My guess is that, as Don explained, the take doesn't even make any sense if you actually like watch the watch that episode. First off, trying to compare what happened here in the United States to what's going on in the MCU is kind of odd, especially since the Dora Milaje are literally a part of a foreign army.
They're like extrajudicial police. It's
they're
crazy.
They're like the personal guard of the Black Panther, who is the ruler of Wakanda. So I don't. Do they even address that these people are breaking sovereign territory?
They do, but it's like this quip from like the Dora Milaje and Don might know it, where they're like, it doesn't matter, we do justice as we serve fit or something.
Oh, no. The Dora Milaje have jurisdiction where the Dora Milaje will ever be. And I said, dude, if Walker went in to any country and said, hey, I'm Captain America and I have jurisdiction wherever I want and wherever I walk, they would have a lynch mob coming after a white supremacist.
It's colonialism!
Manifest destinyism, right? I mean, they still want to hang him for what happened at the end of the episode because he killed a terrorist. But, spoilers, he kills a terrorist, guys. But,
he looks,
even more
he goes straight U.S. agent.
I saw the clip of that. It looks like he goes a little over.
I mean, yeah. But like
Punisher-esque to me.
I gave you guys like a conflation argument, like all these images of all these other villains that have taken away tons more lives. Tons more lives.
Yeah.
Thanos, Loki, freaking Killmonger, freaking
look at all of the people that were killed in the Battle of New York, or the aliens that were massacred they fought against.
It's only like 7. It's only like 7.
Oh yeah.
To them. That's like the official MCU count is like 7 people died. Or like 40.
What?
No, I'm not even
the aliens?
Not the aliens, but like humans.
Oh.
Like people of New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I think there was in Civil War, like in the upper right hand corner, a tally count of how many people died. It's still a ridiculously low number given the amount of destruction, but it's more than 7.
It's 9. It's 9.
So why did they just let Zemo? Like, I assume the point from them being there was to get Zemo. Why did they even let him off? They let him go.
Oh, they didn't let him go. Zemo just dipped.
Well, right. They didn't chase him. Instead, they were focusing on Walker and.
They were focusing on fighting the heroes.
What for?
Why?
Because Walker said that you don't have jurisdiction here, and then the Dora Milaje said they're doing whatever, and then then a fight broke out.
It's like that's like comic book writing, but the bad part of comic book.
Yeah, it's the bad. It's like they're taken from the new comic books for this one. It's just like
sounds like using the same mistakes they made in Civil War.
It's exactly the same mistake. Just get him. He doesn't even have powers. He has this purple ski mask. He can't be that hard to grab.
All right, so I see we got a bunch of folks in the chat.
What up, buddy?
I don't know how to say your name.
Resurgam.
Kit Kat, YouTube, me, Merkiel, Emperor of Corruption, Meat Shield 72.
Meat Shield.
Me is here as well. I saw Miss Martin Muses was here. Tahillam 29 is here. Mr. Anime 343 is here.
What up, buds?
Stephen Otten is here as well.
You're never gonna get another joining us show that makes sense.
First
Mario Green is here. HBG3 is here. We're gonna throw it to the chat. If you guys have any Daily Stupid candidates, please, not my Star Wars here, please share them with us.
Hail!
And we'll look into them.
I saw your video, not my Star Wars.
Devastate them. But it sounds like the whole episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier could be part of the Daily Stupid too, because it just sounds, it's not that take. I mean, the take is dumb, it's super dumb, obviously, but the episode is
exactly what you just described to us is just
dumb too. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything whatsoever.
I mean, you're missing out on some great YouTube material for this channel, but in terms of like enriching your life and being an
enjoyable experience.
Yeah, an enjoyable experience. It is not.
Yeah. We have like Wayward Ryu says,
I like Wyatt's costume.
Kicks door in Tendo Soji. HPG3 wants us to talk about the shilling for Snyder, or
who's shilling for him now?
I
assume you're talking about people raving about the Army of the Dead trailer.
Yeah, I
didn't watch the full trailer. Obviously, I wrote a story about it, but I didn't actually watch the full trailer. But what I did see, those didn't look like zombies, and they even said they weren't zombies because they literally said they were like smart and intelligent.
Smarter and intelligent, yeah.
I guess they were like, I saw someone in our Facebook group was saying that they were more like orcs, and I was like, yeah, all they need is like the white hand to be the Sauron orcs, or no, the Saruman orcs.
That's such a cool design. It looks fine. The movie looks fine to me. I watched the entire trailer. It's almost exactly what you would expect. Really, if you like Zack Snyder, I guess you'll like it. I'll probably catch it on cable or whatever the equivalent of cable will be in like 9 years.
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah, right.
I heard a description of it. It's like there's big money involved, and they have to go get the money. And I'm like,
there's $200 million in a vault in a casino in Vegas, and some rich guy contracts Batista, who's a washed up or who's like an ex-zombie warrior,
Special Forces or something. Yeah,
and he recruits a team to like go in and get the money. And the trailer looks like they've already the trailer shows that they get the money.
Nah.
Like it literally shows them like celebrating with like the money.
It could be a whatchamacallit, a bait and switch.
Well, I would assume that the big problem is just escaping now. Like,
probably, yeah.
Get out.
They find a zombie tiger. I saw that.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil Bautista by Paul West.
That yes, that's exactly what it is.
You guys were describing that. I'm like,
which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. I mean, I was actually. I know this is the Daily Stupid Live, but there was actually a really good take from Variety, just like savaging. I think it was Variety. They were savaging like the Star Wars movies and just savaging what Hollywood's putting out in general. He was missing the point. He didn't diagnose the actual problem, which is the wokeness and the ideology the people that are creating it are from. But he was definitely pointing out how like trash Hollywood is now. Which I was like, wow, Variety going.
I know, right?
Hard. I was actually surprised by that.
Little cracks in the armor, Variety and Forbes, little cracks.
OC Steve, it says, what you hating on, we Warriors. Yeah, so to recap, we did Rashida Tlaib. We did, what was that school?
Grace Church High School and their critical race theory.
It's Grace Church, so it's a private school?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'll look it up right now because I have it open in a window.
Some school doing like incredibly insane woke critical race theory garbage. And then Don just finished up with the most woke take ever about, from her on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Dude, I hate that show. I hate that show. Garbage.
I mean, I kind of feel like I feel like I have to watch it now just so I can just trash it
like properly. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I can do what I do with like what I did with the Mandalorian today.
the Katie Sackhoff
thing.
Like you guys,
that's pretty stupid too.
I thought the Mandalorian was okay, mediocre-ish. The fact that I hate this show should be indicator enough that this thing is like bottom tier garbage.
I mean, it took Don until like the second to last episode of WandaVision for him to even like get close to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're probably the biggest Marvel fanboy, I would say, among us as well. So that's saying something. OC Steve is saying episode 4 of Falcon and Winter Soldier finally made me cancel Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder if we're going to hear more from Doomcock's source about how people just tuned out from, what was it, episode 3? They tuned out. I mean, the show from episode 1 to episode 2 dropped 400,000 households, according to what was that? I can't even remember the website.
Sparta, it's some weird. I can never remember the name.
So many of these like data analytics companies that have like crap in your TV, and they all like are tracking stats. But according to them, it dropped 400,000 households, which that's just their television tracking.
Right.
So you have to think that looking at other television trackers, there's probably a whole lot more. And that was just from 1 to 2. That's not even looking at what Doomcock was reporting on with episode 3 dropping. And then No-C Steve here is saying that he canceled
Samba. That's what it is.
Yeah, Samba TV. Yeah, HBG3. I definitely am very skeptical of a lot of the rumors that come from Doomcock, but the Falcon and the Winter Soldier one, I think there is some evidence to kind of back that up, given that we saw that the Samba TV people literally reported a 400,000 person drop as well. And then OC Steve is saying the artificial outrage of John a terrorist with a shield was crap. I mean, that's the society we live in today. So I'm not really surprised that we saw that.
We live in a society.
Release the society cut.
Yeah, it does not surprise me whatsoever. And then people like, I guess I saw that the Zemo 1 hour of him dancing had like 4 million views.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Either. So
how does it get that many views?
I remember back when YouTube was still in its infancy, there's like there's a video of like toast just like popping up out of a toaster and getting like 8 million views or something like that. So it doesn't surprise me.
But that video is like 20 seconds long. This is like an hour.
Well, right, and it's like I don't know who doesn't like. I mean, who doesn't like hearing the toaster pop? I don't know.
I like that noise.
Yeah.
And it shoots all the way
Julie
out.
is saying no cut. The D is cut. I don't know what that means. And OC Steve is saying that John Walker killing the guy is tame in comparison.
Oh, I think he means
to other events.
Disney Plus, maybe?
Yeah, I don't
know.
No
cut. The D is cut. Like, there's nothing to cut. Disney Plus is cut.
And then he retracted something, and then I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. But yeah, OC Steve is saying the Walker killing the guy was tame in comparison to other events. Yeah, I mean, Thanos like wiped out half of all living creatures.
Killmonger killed his girlfriend.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Dude, Killmonger was straight brutal.
Savage. What's his name too? Claw.
Oh yeah.
We saw that Ultron didn't mess around with Claw either. He was like he kills what's his name? Quicksilver, right? He kills Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got everything that happened in the Netflix shows, like which are still canon if you want to go that far.
Yeah, I mean Punisher just
dude, second season of Luke Cage. One of the guys gets set on fire.
Yeah,
he's on his knees begging for his life.
The first season, I think, is very similar to what the clip I saw. I did see a clip of Falcon and Winter Soldier. He takes the shield and he's like smashing it. I mean, that's very similar to Luke Cage. The middle of where Luke Cage season 1 goes to crap, where you see what I can't remember her name, but the mayor or whatever, or the representative, like takes the light stand or whatever it is and like smashes Cottonmouth. Like she has like a light post.
Oh yeah,
she just takes it and smashes Cottonmouth in the like over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Yeah, I do too. It's been so long since I watched that show.
OC Steve is saying if you're clutching your pearls over U.S. agent killing a guy with a shield, please don't watch The Boys or Invincible.
Yeah.
Marvel standards does not apply to other pop culture comics. Yeah, I mean, even looking back at like Captain America doesn't have a no-kill rule. He's not Batman. He was killing people in First Avenger.
They write that off though in the comics. It's such a weird excuse where it's like every time anybody calls Cap out, he's always like, that was different. That was a war. That's not what we're doing here. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure like all the war, like the battles you fought in World War II didn't have as much collateral damage as like the Battle of New York, you know? Like, I don't know. It's a very odd.
Oh, in the MCU.
Standard. Yeah. Well, they do in the MCU in the comic. Anytime anybody tries to explain away Cap's or tries to bring up Cap's killing of Nazis, everybody always goes, "Oh, but that was different. That was war." and it's like doesn't apply. Like I don't. What's happening here?
Yeah, Earth was literally invaded by an alien force.
Right. Like
multiple times. Like,
dude, this entire series could have been avoided if you took care of Zemo.
Yeah, I guess how do they explain him escaping? Some power outage or something?
Oh yeah, right. He was in the cube.
No, he dips into the bathroom, and the bathroom has like a tunnel underneath.
Did he dig it?
That's his penthouse. So he has an escape room or escape.
Oh, so he's not. So he hasn't actually. So they think he's still a prisoner.
No. Well, they take him kind of into custody, but they need his help in getting the rest of the serum from the Flag Smashers.
No, he's talking about how does he get out at the end of Civil War, remember? Or Civil War, because remember,
how is he free? How's he walking around in Falcon and Winter Soldier?
In Falcon and Winter Soldier, they break him out.
The Flag Smashers do?
No,
Bucky and
Sam.
What?
Yeah, they orchestrate a prison riot somehow, and then Zemo just puts on a uniform that was given to him, and then makes his way out the door, casually, calmly, nothing to it.
Why?
Because that is the writing of the Marvel's MCU right now.
Well, what's the reasoning?
This is convoluted.
Oh, because they need his help in obtaining the remaining serum and finding the supplier for the serum.
Why would you break him out to do that? Why wouldn't you just keep him in prison?
I guess he has a line on who's getting super soldier serums because he doesn't like that program.
Yeah, just keep him in prison. I don't understand. Or put something, a tracking on him or something like that. Sounds like so dumb.
Yeah, it is.
OC Steve is saying Zemo is evil and knows other baddies via LinkedIn.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it.
I'd be okay with that if that led to us getting a Thunderbolts movie. I will fully admit that. And he just put out like a Facebook like invite, like, "Hey guys, who wants to make a super team? A villain."
If they have an hour-long cut of Zemo dancing, I'm sure they have a lot of stuff cut that they for Black Widow. Right?
Dude, there's probably so much like
garbage.
Like vamping that has been cut from so many Marvel movies. You know what I mean?
Garbage from Black Widow because Jack Schaefer did that movie.
Yeah, I have no hope for that movie anymore.
The Wrestler Game has kind of picked up on where I was going with my line of questioning with Don. Imagine Clarice breaking out Hannibal Lecter to get help for Buffalo Bill. Like that's literally sounds like what would have happened. What they did. Clarice busted out Hannibal Lecter.
Seriously, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
So stupid. This went from the Daily Stupid to like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is stupid straight. All right, so we are at 7:40 p.m.
Oh wow!
Thank you all for joining us. We will be back tomorrow for the Black Pill stream on this channel.
Right here, right now.
Really bouncing live. 9 p.m. Eastern time is that stream. So check that out. I know Don has been doing some. You've been doing some streams as well. If I've been paying attention.
No, you haven't. I've been doing words of the day because
words of the day. That's it.
Yeah, streaming is a little bit difficult with my schedule, so I just do words of the day. And right now, the last one was vigilance, and the next one will be surprise. We're going into anti-racism.
Oh boy. There's fantastic. Like 9 different definitions of that word.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Spencer, what else do you have going on?
Yeah, as always, John covered it. We'll be back tomorrow for the Black Pill stream, and then Friday for our review stream, hopefully, and then back next Tuesday, same time, same bat channel for another Daily Stupid. Until then, you can catch me daily on Bounding Into Comics. In fact, right after the stream, I'm going to go out and I don't know what the hell that was. I'm going to go off and jam out a bunch of articles for you beautiful people, including one about the skateboarding anime, Mr. 343. Don't worry, we got you. And until then, yeah, that's all I've got going on.
All right, yeah, and then I also have the Trent Report. I do videos every single day, so look for one later tonight on that channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs so we can get monetized on that. So thank you all so much, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Black Pill stream. Have a great night.
Take it easy.
Night, guys.